So let's quickly start with this one. Devin Finzer, who is the OpenSea founder. OpenSea quite integral to the NFT ecosystem by now. Everyone uses OpenSea to trade. It started off very, very small. I remember 3 years ago, what Discord, we'll post it soon, guys. We'll post it soon and I'll pin it at the top so no one will be left out. Trust me. OpenSea raised $21 million. Oh, this is a separate thing, but I think they did another round of raising. But here they've said OpenSea did about $21 million in total transaction volume in 2020. 2020 was a pretty decent year. It was no slouch, right? In the last 2 days, they did $95 million worth of sales volume with NFTs on the OpenSea platform. So it kind of, although NFTs don't hit mainstream sometimes, and when news goes crazy and everyone's talking about NFTs and then the news dies down, that doesn't mean the NFT space has died down, right? It just means that the news stations don't know how to cover the space. So that's a very interesting distinction you got to make. And like the numbers are showing insane growth. If you look at the graphs here, so if you look at Richard Chen, who does OpenSea kind of stats tracking, you can see recently the volume is picking up. Here we have, what was this? So this is August, June, July. This is July. So in July, we hit $20 million plus in OpenSea monthly fees. And in just 1 day or 2 days of August, we're already almost half of that. So 7 mil, 21 mil, we're at a third. So I think, to me, that shows that we're going to start going through another boom, maybe another boom cycle. You can see the wallets using OpenSea are still going exponential. The graph's kind of curving up. I think there's going to be a boom in just the NFT space again. There's been 4 months of people trying to figure out. There's been 4 months since the last boom, so I think February, April-ish is where it kind of died out a bit. It isn't as clear here. I think you can see it in another graph. So based on these stats, I'm kind of going heavy again with NFT buying, right? So I think in the last 6 to 8 months, we had a lot of data come out. We saw CryptoPunks do really well because historically it mattered. We saw art continue to it dropped in the sense of, obviously, a $69 million sale is very difficult to compete with people hitting that record. There is going to be a drop, but people still continue to buy art, right? We had, I remember, so recently we had Trevor Jones who tweeted this saying $650,000 worth of his art got sold on the secondary market, I think, just yesterday, so in the 24-hour period, including a silver bull and $320,000 fire rebound. So silver bull, guys, this is a very iconic piece. Trevor Jones, when he released this, I think it was early last year sometime, he released this on Nifty Gateway. Let's see if we can open it up. He released this on Nifty Gateway, and back then, he had the record for the highest ever art sale. Where is it? Picasso's bull. So this is very iconic due to the time, right? So this one sold for 55,000 USD, which back then was huge. That was the time when I started paying attention personally. That's also the time when other people started to pay attention to the art space, right? That's the first ring around the OGs. So there were the OGs that were collecting from 2018 to 2019. Then people like me who aren't very OG with art collecting, we start to pay attention when numbers like this start to come out. So it's kind of the first little wave that was starting to happen. So this was very iconic. It sold for 55K. But at the same time he released this, I think the whole drop was $100,000. 25 bronze bulls sold for $200 each. You can see the most recent one was 77K. Now, what's the ROI on that? Is that I think that's a 400x ish. I think that's a 400x on this, right, in about a year. The silver one sold for 160K. The gold one sold for, well, I don't think anyone's ever sold that. There's 3 of them, 3, 10, 25. So this art drop is very iconic. And so seeing this start to pick up in sales shows me that people go for historically important, iconic periods, right? History is going to start mattering a lot. We're going to go from 21 to 22, 25, 26, and 2017 is going to look like the golden age when no one knew what the heck was going on and people were experimenting. 2020 will look like kind of like a mini renaissance sort of thing. So I think for me, I'm diving into the history and trying to pick up things that I think will be important.